This is absolutely mental. I've never been like this in the middle of everything. Everything's about to go down now in a couple of minutes.
I've come to France to experience MotoGP live for the first time.
That's absolutely insane.
It's one of the biggest motorsports in the world, and I want to learn all about it, from the passionate fan culture to the superstar riders and team members, and of course the racing itself. In this video we'll learn what makes MotoGP unique and how it compares to other motorsports such as rallying, NASCAR and Formula 1. So whether you're new to MotoGP or a lifelong fan, tag along as we dive into this fascinating world. MotoGP is the pinnacle of motorcycle racing, and it has its roots in the early 20th century. But the modern era began in 1949 with the launch of the FIM World Championship. It was the first ever motorsport series to crown a world champion. Initially, the championship had multiple classes based on engine size, but the 500cc class, now MotoGP, quickly became the most prestigious. Over the decades, the sport evolved from high-speed thrills on narrow tracks to cutting-edge technology and worldwide fame. The two-stroke engines ruled the grid for much of its history, but in 2002, the sport made a major shift to four-stroke engines. Today, the MotoGP class features 1000cc four-stroke engines, making it the most powerful in the sport's history. Legends like Giacomo Agostini, Mick Doohan, and Valentino Rossi have dominated various eras, with their skill pushing the limits of both rider and machine. Today, MotoGP is a global phenomenon, with races held on iconic circuits across the world, one of them being Circuit de la Sarthe, where I'm heading today. My journey begins right in the middle of the action, inside a team garage during the Friday practice session.
Okay, now we're heading inside the Trackhouse garage. It's very exciting. That noise is crazy. So now the riders just went out. They're going for the practice session.
What I was trying to say there was that the practice session is an opportunity for the teams to find the best setup for the bike and learn the track conditions. The team I'm with today is Trackhouse. If you're a NASCAR fan, the Trackhouse name will be familiar. It's the team where Ross Chastain and Daniel Suarez race. In 2024, Trackhouse joined MotoGP after taking over RNF MotoGP Racing, making it currently the only American-owned team on the grid. And they make that very clear with their bikes.
Okay, so we've relocated. We're outside on the pit lane. It's very, very loud. It's a lovely day. It's absolutely incredible so far. I mean, that's quite a bike. So now both of the riders have come back into the garage. We're a few minutes into the practice session. So we've got a really good spot here, right by the track. Okay, here comes one of them. Oh my God! That's so quick and loud. I love it, it's beautiful. This is so crazy to me as well. Is there really one with the machine? I mean, they're literally just lying here, zooming past at like 300 kph. That's absolutely insane to me. It's just like sitting on a rocket ship and just zooming past. What a job. Okay, so unlike F1, for example, where they have constant communication with their team through the team radio, here they have no communication, no direct communication with the team. So when they come in here, that's when they can speak to the mechanics and give them information about how the bike is feeling, and then they can make the necessary adjustments. So yeah, I just learned that, and that's quite a big difference. A great first experience with MotoGP. I'd say the main thing, it's loud as hell. I accidentally took out one of my earplugs at one point. That was a mistake, so I'm going to keep these in for the rest of the weekend. But yeah, I think the main difference is like, you don't really appreciate the speed until you're standing this close to them. It's absolutely crazy. It's so loud, it's so fast. When they were zooming past here, it's like almost cartoonish. Like it's just a flash. Can't wait to get on with the rest of the weekend.
Every MotoGP team has two riders. For Trackhouse, those riders are Miguel Oliveira and Raul Fernandez. Miguel Oliveira is a Portuguese MotoGP rider known for his impressive skill and racecraft. He made history as the first Portuguese rider to win a MotoGP race, achieving his first victory in 2020 with the Tech 3 KTM team. Born in 1995, Oliveira has been part of the MotoGP grid since 2019, steadily establishing himself as a fierce competitor. I'm curious to learn more about him.
Are you French?
No, I'm Swedish.
Shit. Arrête. Merci, ciao.
I'm curious about how you adapt your riding style to the different circuits. Is there anything you have to think of in particular when you're here in France?
You have to be here, you know. Mentally, your mind needs to be 100% on your job, on your bike, on your team, or on the little things that you need to do over the weekend and not get distracted. You know, I've been in the World Championship now for a couple of years, and it's also something you get used to, having so much noise around you, and just having to focus and like almost tunnel vision to your specific task, and having small things to do over the day really helps you to get through and get focused.
Right. Can you tell us a little bit about how your journey to MotoGP? How did you get started racing and how you ended up here?
I mean, I started in Spain, so I was back and forth with Spain and Portugal, doing some local championships, national championships, and then of course I was fast enough to get my eye into some team. What were you doing in Portugal? Just living out of fun?
Yeah, I was studying there, so I did my Erasmus there.
Which university?
Isqueté. Isqueté?
Isqueté.
Yeah, you've heard of it. Yeah.
I was doing dentistry.
You were doing dentistry? All right, sorry, I have to catch this. You were doing dentistry before?
Yeah, I entered dentistry, and I did like 3 years, and then it was over. I couldn't keep up with the thing.
Well, there you go. We went to a party at the same university in Portugal. How about that?
Nah, I can't say it.
Oh, sorry, we didn't.
I can.
You can? Oh yeah. Maybe. Who knows? Okay, we're at the fan zone now. The energy is absolutely crazy out here. Miguel and Raul just went on stage, and yeah, it's absolutely insane. It's completely packed as far as the eye can see. So yeah, there's a great fan culture over here for sure. So now we're at the fan zone. Raul has gone down and he's signed a bunch of autographs. It's crazy good energy over here.
As I mentioned before, every team has 2 riders. I've met Miguel Oliveira, and now I'm about to meet the other Trackhouse rider, Raul Fernandez.
¿Y qué prefieres, inglés o español?
Inglés, ¿no?
¿Inglés? Sí.
¿Hablas español?
Sí.
¿Dónde eres?
Soy de Suecia.
Ah, Suecia.
Sí.
¿Por qué hablas español?
Porque tengo muchos amigos de Latinoamérica.
Amigos, amigas.
Los dos.
Raul Fernandez is a young, talented Spanish rider who made waves in Moto2 before moving up to MotoGP. Born in 2000, Fernandez had an incredible rookie season in Moto2 in 2021, where he broke records with 8 race wins and finished second in the championship. He moved to MotoGP in 2022 and quickly earned a reputation for his aggressive riding style and determination. Fernandez is considered one of the sport's rising stars, with a bright future ahead as he continues to develop his skills at the top level.
Raul, how are you feeling?
I feel good.
Yeah?
Honestly, yeah.
Nice. First of all, I'm curious about your journey to MotoGP. Can you tell us about how you got started and how you ended up here today?
Honestly, when I was young, never I thought that I had the possibility to be in MotoGP. Always is the dream, but never if kind of dream can be true. But now I feel lucky because I am here.
Yeah. How do you prepare mentally for a weekend like this?
Well, honestly, it is something that we do since I had 11, 12 years. So basically, we don't think too much on what we have to do. It's just try to enjoy, try to be focused, try to enjoy what we do, and let's see. Honestly, now it's true that on MotoGP you need to be 200% to be on the top, but anyway, it is something that we did all my life, or I did all my life.
For the people who are new fans of MotoGP, what would you say is the main difference between MotoGP and other motorsports? Like, what makes MotoGP stand out?
Now, I think you cannot to see one bike like MotoGP on the straight, on another category. It's quite amazing to see our bike, how the devices are working, how the winds, how we have to manage a race. And especially what I say to the people is
before to say something about MotoGP, you have to be on a track to see how speed we take it, how we manage, how you see the speed on the stand. So before to speak of MotoGP, I recommend to see one race. It's amazing.
We just experienced it now, and it's absolutely crazy. It's a different
everybody
thing.
say the same, eh?
Yeah.
Because on TV you cannot appreciate the speed.
Yeah, 100%.
But when you are on the track, when you see the bike, how speed we take it, how the device is working, the winds, the nice bike that we have now, is amazing.
And it's when we see the bikes go past like really, really quickly, and just seeing you like be fully like at one with the machine. How do you also manage like the teamwork aspect? Because first of all, you don't communicate with the team directly, but they show you like this board that comes out. Is that tricky?
No, at the end, we are not Formula One. We have just 40 minutes of race. We don't need to take a lot of things to do. I mean, it's a different mind. I mean, we have just 40 minutes, and also on the rounds that we did during the weekend, we have time to work a little bit on the bike. So we are not communicating directly with the team, but we have time enough to work with them on the practice. I mean, for example, today we did 3 stops. And in this stop, we have like 5-6 minutes to speak a little bit, work a little bit, and go again on track.
All right, 2 interviews done. What a day. What a first day here in Le Mans, France. The sun's out. We've met the riders, we've met the fans. Yeah, we've eaten some delicious food as well. Yeah, what do we do now, Patrick?
Dinner time.
Dinner time. It's time to eat again. Let's go.
MotoGP has become a high-tech sport with 2 main types of teams, factory teams and satellite teams. Factory teams are directly supported by manufacturers like Honda, Yamaha, Ducati and KTM. They have the latest bikes, top tech and the most resources. Riders in factory teams like Marc Marquez or Fabio Quartararo get the best equipment and development support. Satellite teams are independent but still use bikes from the factory teams. They usually get slightly older versions of the bikes and have fewer resources, but they're still competitive. Examples include LCR Honda and, of course, Trackhouse MotoGP Team.
I'm Wilco Zielenberg, I'm the team manager from Trackhouse Racing. Welcome to the GP of Le Mans.
In terms of these bikes specifically, I mean, this isn't the type of bike that I could just buy from an Aprilia dealership.
No.
Are these prototypes, or how does it like work in this case?
This is how you can say it. It's a prototype bike. You are not allowed to go on the road with it because you don't get a license on it. First of all, it makes too much noise, too much of everything. So it's completely wrong to go on the road with this kind of bike. Especially made for racing, and the only target for these bikes is performance.
I'd like to speak a little bit about the bikes.
Yeah.
You mentioned these are Aprilia bikes, obviously, but this is a Trackhouse Racing team.
Yes.
So how does that work? How does your partnership work, first of all, and can you also just talk us a little bit through the bike and how it works?
We are leasing our Aprilias from Aprilia. So Trackhouse Racing is a company on its own, and we just have a contract with Aprilia to lease their bikes for us. So they're not our property, but we lease them per year from Aprilia. We get, of course, with that package leasing, we get a lot of support from Aprilia to run these things. The engines are sealed, for example, so we cannot touch the engines. That means for the whole paddock. As soon as you start the first practice in the first race, the engines are frozen. So that means we get 7 engines, and actually you cannot really tune them anymore during the season.
When the actual race day comes, then you only get 1 set of tires, right, for the whole race.
Yeah.
So it's about tire management. Now, as you've experienced racing before, how is that like? Like, how would you compare qualifying to the actual race, and how do you know when to push and when to preserve your tires?
Yeah. Well, of course, it has to do with first your ambition. You know, when you're P15, you want to get some good points, and you attack too much in the first 10 laps. You know, when you're young, it's easy to do that. You know, you're fast, boom, 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 and after 10 laps, your rear grip drops because you consume more. You know, you need to be more smooth with these bikes. And the power they have, the less movements we have, that's the longer the tire lasts, you know, in laps.
Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. Thank you. Very informative. Okay, so now we're heading to the fan zone to meet the fans. We're gonna speak to them, see what it's like to be a MotoGP fan. So I'm ready, I've got my merch, I've got my jacket, I've got my cap, and yeah, let's speak to the fans. Allez, Allez, alors? I can't speak French.
Describe MotoGP in 3 words.
You speak English?
Décrivez MotoGP in 3 mots.
3 mots?
Super.
Action.
Effet. Merci.
Yeah, so it was a good thing that we Googled how to ask those questions in French. Descrivez MotoGP in 3 mots.
Super week-end.
Compétition et Fabio Quartararo.
Incroyable, super, et c'est la France.
Et le meilleur pilote?
Pedro Acosta. Pedro Acosta, best pilote of the world.
Descrivez MotoGP in 3 mots.
Magnifique, la famille, et puis le dernier mot, je dirais l'ambiance, quoi. Ambiance de fou.
I want to say a big shout out to ChatGPT. I searched how to say a simple question in French and it came in clutch. It's helped me a lot now because there's not a lot of English here. So thank you to ChatGPT. Descrivez MotoGP en 3 mots.
Course, plaisir, amusement.
I'm getting into the French mode right now. I'm morphing into my French self. This is very good. Et le meilleur pilote, c'est Fabio?
Fabio, on reste français.
Martins, Zarco et Fabio. Ouais. Parce qu'on est
Mettons en
français.
maison Acosta, les gars.
Ouais, Acosta il va grimper, C'est Fabio, Acosta, Martin, et après Marquez en dernier.
Non.
Oh, last one. Décrire un weekend here as a fan watching. Anton?
Magnifique.
Not even like
Spectaculaire.
spectaculaire.
Circuit.
But like, what do you do?
De vivre un week-end ici en tant que fan.
Oui.
C'est magnifique.
Spectaculaire.
Ce bruit, c'est magnifique le bruit.
L'ambiance.
L'ambiance,
Quand on est motard, puis l'ambiance. C'est génial. L'ambiance surtout des fans regroupés et tout, et l'ambiance surtout.
Et vive la France.
Ouais.
Vive la France.
Vive la France! Ramène la coupe à la maison! Hey, bon weekend! When in doubt, go for the French national team. One thing I've noticed about this place and walking along here and meeting the fans is that it's super accessible and you get a great view of the track all the way from way down over there, all the way up here, and you can see, like, since we're above the track, you get an amazing view of a large part of the track. So that's absolutely incredible. And as you can see, the fans have come in droves enjoying it themselves as well. So that's really nice.
Qu'est-ce qui rend le MotoGP spécial?
Qu'est-ce qui rend le MotoGP spécial? All right, I'm ready. Qu'est-ce qui rend le MotoGP spécial?
Ah, super bien, franchement, franchement on est super bien et l'ambiance, franchement, puis le soleil, franchement, super bien. Et c'est un week-end de fou.
Merci beaucoup. I'm sure it was a great answer. I don't know anything he said, but that's good. It is a challenge interviewing because you ask them a question and then they answer and you just stare at them with a blank face, like, because they have no idea what they're saying. I understand ambiance. One word that is a recurring word is ambiance. So that's a good thing, and I can definitely agree with that. There is a lot of ambiance over here. So
Now it's time for the sprint race. A sprint race in MotoGP is a shorter, half-length race that takes place on Saturday afternoon, with the full race on Sunday. It's faster paced, with riders pushing hard from the start, and it has its own point system, but fewer points are awarded than in the main race.
right now we're just waiting for everything to start. They're rolling out the bikes right now. So yeah, we're just following Maria's guidance here. Maria's our friend from the team. And yeah, we're just trying not to be in the way because everyone's very focused, very concentrated, as we're in competition mode right now. So right now, the formation lap is about to start, the warm-up lap. And this is a chance for the riders to feel the bike and see if anything is off. If anything feels off, they have this bike right here, which is a spare bike. So then before the race actually starts, they come here, they switch the bike, and then they go out on that one. So that's why these bikes are out. The atmosphere is building now. Now we're entering competition mode. And we can see, you know, all the teams around here, they're getting ready, everybody's fired up. Everybody's walking behind us like an army. It's incredible. We are entering the actual track. So this is the grid walk. This is incredible. I've never done anything like this before in my life. You know, I'm just thinking of like Will Buxton in Formula One when he does the grid walk. This is kind of how I feel right now, so this is absolutely sick. This is absolutely amazing. Look at the fans. The turnout is absolutely incredible. We just came back from speaking to them and they were very energized. They had a great mood. Everyone's very pumped for this sprint race. Everyone's out, all the teams are out, the fans are out, the sun is out, the guns are out. Hopefully we get a good result. And by we, I mean Trackhouse. So yeah, I'm very excited. We're very, very close. We're only minutes away from the first race of the weekend. Let's go! They come in with the bikes, they park the bikes, they have to switch up the engine before the race begins. So you can see all of the bikes are coming in now after the formation lap. This is absolutely mental. I've never been like this in the middle of everything. And it's so crazy. I'm literally just a few feet away from Miguel, from Raul. They're completely locked in. I don't want to disturb them or anything, obviously. But it's just crazy. We're in the thick of it. Everything's about to go down now in a couple of minutes. I think we've got about 5 minutes until everything kicks off. So this is just a crazy experience, just like I've seen on TV. And I'm just right here in the middle of it, taking it all in. There's obviously fierce competition. I mean, these are the best riders in the world. The crowd is going crazy, it's really loud. I'm happy I'm wearing these earplugs because the engines are loud, the fans are loud. Yeah, everyone's super focused. There's a lot of camera people. It's just a massive event, and you can really feel the scale of it when you're here in the middle of it and just taking it all in. What an incredible experience, and I can't wait for everything to kick off. Okay, now it's time for us to leave. So that's amazing, having been on the grid, just seeing all the riders and the focus. You can like see it in their eyes, how they're just ready, they're locked in. They're not looking at anyone, they're not thinking about anything else, they're just completely focused. Which is also what Miguel and Raul told me, you have to be completely locked in. So yeah, that was an absolutely insane experience. Amazing to have experienced that. The sprint race is about to start, and it's the first time we see proper racing this weekend. Let's go! Let's go! And then it got even louder as they just zoomed past. Oh my God, I gotta wait for them to come back. No, the roar was absolutely insane. I was like, okay, it's loud. And then they actually started like revving it. That is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen any speed like that. And they're like inches from away from each other. Like I get like 200 miles an hour. I don't get how they do it. What a job. When you stand this close to them, not only is it super loud, it's like there's like a wave that hits you. You can feel it physically. The whole ground shakes. The ground is vibrating, and they come past you like fighter jets. It's absolutely insane. Here they come. I can hear them coming right now. I can hear them approaching. I'm sitting here, if I look at I can barely see them. I can't even make out what team is or who's who. If you just look straight on, you can't even see who's who, and it's just this wave is like an explosion that goes past you. You just feel it in your chest like woof. You're like taken aback, like physically. The whole ground shakes as they move past. That was the end of the sprint race. Now we're heading back into the Trackhouse garage. Absolutely insane atmosphere. Now we can really feel like the weekend has really started. You know, we've experienced the first sprint race. It's absolutely packed. People are excited. The fans are excited. I'm excited. And I'm sweating, so I'm gonna go inside here.
Watching my first ever MotoGP sprint race was absolutely mind-blowing. The atmosphere was so intense, the bikes roared past so fast, and the noise was almost deafening. I was blown away by the skill of the riders, how they handled those bikes at such insane speeds, inches apart from each other. As for the race itself, Jorge Martin took the win. Marc Marquez and Maverick Viñales followed him on the podium. Trackhouse Racing had a tough time though. Raul Fernandez finished 9th, picking up a point, but Miguel Oliveira had to retire with a technical issue.
The main thing I've noticed after being here at MotoGP and experiencing the races, meeting the teams, meeting the fans, is the atmosphere is really quite unique. It's very energetic. Here, it's more like a giant party. That's how I describe it. People come here and they just have a big fiesta. Like it's a whole thing. Everyone here in the fan zone is just like, has just been partying for several days in a row. And they come here, and I understand it because the environment lends itself very well to just having a party and having fun. It's very interesting discovering this like new subculture, because I've, you know, as I said in the beginning of the video, I'm aware of MotoGP, I've heard of it, I've seen it, you know, but I've never really followed it, and I haven't really understood like what the demographic is. But I would say that it's very welcoming. There's quite a mix of people. As I said, today it's Saturday, so the main race hasn't even begun. So I can only imagine what it's like tomorrow. I mean, you can hear in the distance now there's someone revving the engine of the motorbike. This was happening yesterday as well, and it's constant. Just never gets bored. All the way over there in the camping area, so it's not even here. We're by the track. This is way over there in like the camping area. So they're just there revving their engines, going crazy. So yeah, that's what I'd say. It's a big party, a big fiesta.
Yes. Ok, et toi, qui gagnera?
Qui gagnera pour toi?
Non, c'est à moi.
What's going on?
Qui gagnera pour
C'est la bise. My best friend.
Oh, why is he trying to assault you with a...
He's très très con.
Joyeux anniversaire, Kevin, pour tes 30 ans.
Joyeux
anniversaire.
Les petits frères, on s'en bat les couilles.
Joyeux anniversaire.
Good morning, everyone. It is Sunday. It's race day. We are here at the track. We decided to come here quite early. It's 7:30 a.m. We wanted to come here before all the fans came, but as you can see, we're definitely not first, and there's loads of fans here. Not only are the fans out, but so are the marshals. Looks like they're having their morning briefing, getting ready for today's race.
On the morning of the race day, there's a warm-up session that lasts about 20 minutes. It's an important opportunity for the riders to fine-tune their bikes, check their setup, and get a feel for the track conditions before the race starts. It's not as intense as the race itself, but it's crucial for making final adjustments and getting into the right rhythm. But the riders are not the only ones who have work today. I've been given a very special task.
I'm extra excited because today I'm going to be holding the pit board. The pit board is the way that the team communicates with the rider. So here you have information of lap times, what lap they're on, and what position they're in. So basically I'm going to stand here and I'm going to hold this pit board and hold it like this so that when the riders go by, they can see the information, the necessary information. Quite a simple way to communicate when you consider how high-tech all of this is, but that's the way they do it in MotoGP. And I'm going to be a part of it today, so let's go. So now the riders are about to come in and do a pit stop practice. In case it rains, they'll need to come into the pit and switch bikes.
My second job of the day is handing out autograph cards to fans.
This for Raul, for Miguel. Miguel, you want an autograph card? You want one? They told me they used to have models before handing out these autograph cards. But now they've got me. Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. It's nice, right? Last one, we got rid of them. That took about 5 minutes. So maybe this is my new job. It seems someone has already replaced me. So my career was short-lived, but you know, things like that happen. I guess I'll just stick to making videos. We've talked about the riders, we've talked about the bikes, but there is one important part that we still haven't spoken about, and that is the tyres. Obviously, tyres are a very important part of MotoGP, just like in any type of motorsport. But I'm very curious to learn a bit more about the specific tyre strategies in MotoGP, what makes it unique, and how they prepare for a race weekend. So right now we're going to head to the Trackhouse garage once again, and we're going to meet Callum, who's a tyre and a fuel technician, and hopefully he can teach us some things about tyres in MotoGP. Could you describe a little bit what you do during a race weekend?
So I prepare, get the tyres mounted to prepare all the tyres for Miguel, check the rims, make sure the rims are straight, the sensors, like batteries, everything are okay, and sensors of the wheels. And then prepare the fuel for the race, and obviously throughout the weekend I get a quantity of fuel for each session from my crew chief, and then I'll fill the tanks up. For a race situation, for the sprint and the main race, the fuel's regulated, so it can be no lower than 15 degrees, lower than ambient temperature.
MotoGP has a single tyre supplier, Michelin, since 2016. Michelin provides a variety of tyre compounds which differ in terms of hardness and structure. Riders typically have access to 3 compounds for both the front and rear tyres: soft, medium and hard.
And for people who are new to motorsport in general, can you just describe the difference between a soft tyre compound and a hard compound?
Depending on the durability and the life of the tyre, the soft might be better to work in a colder condition, or be quite durable, or the other way around. But yeah, generally the hard is quite a lot harder, and depending on the carcass of the tyre and that sort of thing really.
Each compound offers different performance characteristics. Soft tyres provide maximum grip but tend to wear out quickly. These are often used in qualifying sessions or in wet conditions when riders need peak performance over a short period. Medium tyres offer a balance between grip and durability. They're a common race choice for riders needing consistent performance without rapid degradation. Hard tyres last longer and are more durable but offer less grip than softer compounds. They are favoured in hotter conditions or for longer races where tyre wear is a concern.
We are only moments away from the main event, the main Grand Prix here at Le Mans. Everything we've been watching has been leading up to this moment. The pre-practice, the practice, the qualifying, the sprint race has all been building up to this moment here. It's my first ever MotoGP Grand Prix and I'm going to be experiencing it live. And not only am I going to be experiencing it live, I'm going to be experiencing it from the service road. The service road is this tiny piece of tarmac in between the actual racetrack and the grandstands there. So we're extremely close to the action. The only way you can actually get closer to the racetrack is if you were on the racetrack itself. This is the calm before the storm. It's very quiet, it's very chill, but those bikes are very loud. And the announcers have started talking now, so maybe we should get ready for the race.
The race is about to start in a couple of minutes, so I head out along the service road to find some good spots to see the race from.
Running to the next location, trying to get a good angle.
But on my way, I encounter some fans who have found a unique spot to watch the race from.
Where are you from?
Paris.
From Paris. Spain.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to the most at this race?
For me, the first, I don't know, but I think Oliveira is the best for me.
¿Puedes describir una fin de semana aquí como un fan de MotoGP?
Esto fin de semana espetacular, aquí, como todos os anos. Aqui a apoiar o Miguel Oliveira e formidável. Espetáculo. Años não tenho, mas tenho cabritos. Tenho muitos cabritos em Portugal.
Eu gosto de MotoGP 5 estrelas. MotoGP France, maravilha. Bom ambiente no campamento.
¿Y cómo son los fans de MotoGP en Portugal en comparación aquí?
Son más llamativos, son más fuertes también, pero bueno.
Muy fuertes de Portugal.
Son más llamativos.
Mas aquí é mais mundo. Aquí é muy grande.
Aquí lo que pasa es que hay muchas nacionalidades, mucha gente, otras costumbres y otro estilo, pero es la misma cosa.
Bueno.
Allí es convivial, si tú quieres decir, es convivencia.
Convivial, mi pasión de la moto.
Eso.
Aquí muy familiar. Aquí.
Muchas cervecitas.
Sí, me he dado cuenta de eso. Mucha cerveza.
Eso se bebe y se ve bien. Pero,
muchas gracias. Que disfruten.
As we get closer to the start of the race, the excitement among the fans builds, and I am no exception. My first ever MotoGP race is about to start in just a few seconds.
I think I'm the only person, I am the only person walking on the service road right now. But yeah, trying to find the best angles.
Watching the race from the service road is absolutely unreal. The bikes are somehow even louder than they were yesterday as they speed past in a blur. The riders are so close to each other it's almost nerve-wracking. The sheer speed and precision is mesmerizing. Watching these athletes push themselves to the absolute limit. The race itself is just 40 minutes, but it's intense from start to finish. As it progresses, some bikes begin to pull away and gaps start forming. I got to witness some incredible battles between riders up close, alongside the professional photographers. As the race comes to an end, it looks like we have a winner, Jorge Martin. I sprint from the service road to the podium to catch the prize ceremony.
Okay, so the race just ended. I've been running all across the track trying to get some shots. They're so fast, I can barely catch them on my phone. It's like, I think I've got the perfect shot, and then I look at it, and it's like my phone can't even keep up. Absolutely incredible. They're so fast. At one point, I had to check if I was wearing my earplugs because I was really close to them and I was like, oh my God, I forgot to put my earplugs in. And then they were already in. So that goes to show that they're really loud to begin with, but then when they're in race mode, they're like another level of loud. So it's absolutely incredible. What an experience. I met some fans over there on the far side of the track who had like climbed up, which was absolutely incredible. A group of friends who've been watching MotoGP for several years. They're good friends and it's been absolutely amazing. The vibes again have been wonderful. Now we need to head to the garage because we're going to watch the ceremony, the award ceremony. So let's run. We can hear the cheers from the crowd. So we need to run. We don't want to miss the award ceremony. Really need to hurry up. The podium up there, the drivers are about to come. All the fans are going crazy. So let's make our way that way. The riders are coming up on stage. Or coming up on the podium. Everyone was just fighting over his used shoes and other types of protection that he was wearing, and he threw it into the crowd and everyone's going absolutely crazy. The fans are really passionate. It's like discovering a whole new world that I've never known existed. So, absolutely insane. Right now we're waiting for the riders to come up on the podium. The atmosphere is similar to a football stadium. I really wasn't expecting that, but the French fans are absolutely incredible. They had their chants going, they're clapping now. It's been absolutely incredible. The atmosphere is amazing. And just like that, it's all over. My MotoGP weekend has come to an end, and what an experience it's been. I'm a bit sad that it's over, but I'm also knackered, to be honest. I'm exhausted. My feet are really tired. My knees are weak, but it's been an amazing experience. We've seen all sorts of things. We've met the fans, we've met team principals, we've met the riders, we've met mechanics, tyre engineers, just everyone. So we've got an amazing experience. Things that stood out for me from this weekend. I would say one thing, and it might sound quite simple, but it's actually the sheer speed of the bikes. I mean, they zoom past at like 350 kilometers an hour. It's really hard even to capture them on the phone, trying to film them. Joseph, I know you also struggled to get some shots. It's absolutely insane. And then when we meet Raul and Miguel afterwards, they're just super chill, like they haven't just zoomed past on a rocket ship. Absolutely crazy. We've met the fans, and the fans have been absolutely incredible. As we walk home to our hotel, we hear people revving their engines, and they're up really late at night. They have a lot of energy. It's been absolutely fascinating discovering this subculture. I've kind of been unaware of this extremely strong subculture and this fan culture that's really strong. So it was quite interesting to learn about that and experience that firsthand. And the live experience is something that you have to experience yourself. I can describe it as best I can, but until you've been here and experienced it yourself, it won't do it justice. Now that I've seen them, when I watch them on TV, I have a completely different type of respect for the riders and for everyone involved. It's absolutely insane, and of course the atmosphere is incredible. I can now say I've experienced MotoGP. I can call myself a MotoGP fan. Let us know if you also are into MotoGP after seeing this video. Will you watch the next race? Let us know, and we'll see you on the next one.